Hey YouTube, Alien 2000 49655 here on episode 2 of season 2 of Let's Play Space Engineers. As you may have heard last season on the unplanned finale, my last file got corrupted, so we are going to start from scratch. We are going to do survival, and I have also downloaded a couple of mods. So let's start the new world, shall we? I like to do straight up survival on custom worlds. I typically pick asteroids, but let's see. Okay, we'll do that, but I might use SE Toolbox to tune it up later. Advanced. Now, I personally like all these up here, and I like a maximum number of asteroids, and I tend to dial this down to about 64. Spectator mode enabled, permadeath disabled. I'm going to leave thruster damage on. Delete respawn ship, no. Client can save, well, that doesn't really matter with this one. Weapons enabled, trash removal off. Okay, now we'll do the mods. Now, I've only got a few, but I've got fighter cockpit. That's that new sleek cockpit. Let me pan the camera so you can see the list. I'll even zoom it in for you a little bit. But we've got the fighter cockpit, armored thrusters, letters mod, I love that. Keen soft transparent hollow terminal, and some of you may have seen that, some of you may not. And here's a piece of Sage's work, his work desk and a civilian bed. Signs, curved blocks, Vulcan salute, I'm a big Star Trek fan. Warp drive version 3.1, that's for large and small ships, not just one or the other. The fixed beacon glare, so it won't be glaring us out, especially on crappy glare protection that this camera has. Centered solar panels, advanced gyroscopes, large solar panels plus 25% power. Access door, that's another one of Sage's. And the orb cockpit by Dark Mechanist. And then the medium thrusters for large and small ships. So that's what we're going to be running for mods. And I'm going to type in, pan this back up so that you can see this. Let's play Space Engineers. Sorry, I speak faster than I type, folks. SE2 hyphen EP2, meaning episode 2. Okay, get this back roughly centered on the screen. I will be adjusting the camera quite a bit, so bear with me. And we are playing. Now this is going to be in 15-minute snippets, so I'm not going to be able to achieve very much in each video. I'm still limited to 15 minutes by YouTube. I really wish they would leave that alone. You know, give everybody the longest video they want. They're probably doing it to keep their servers from being bogged down, but I've seen so many people post hour and 2 hour long videos with no trouble. Now if this will ever hurry up and load, because I see they haven't fixed the loading speed yet. Aviation is a branch of engineering that is the least forgiving of mistakes. No crap. You make a mistake, you die. You crash and die. Although I don't know if you'd call this aviation. Space travel's a little different than traveling on the air. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom out the camera so that we can get full frame. A little bit of shaky cam here, folks. I'm going to adjust so that the camera can show you what I'm doing, but it's also not in my way at the same time. So, here we go. And if this thing ever loads, well, I hope the first or the second video of Season 2 isn't just looking at this loading screen. Also, another thing, I'm sick of saying hello and goodbye every 15 minutes. So when I add these, I'm not even going to bother the hello and goodbye. Well, I might do the hello, but it could cut out at a moment's notice and you'll have to go to the next video if it's been uploaded yet. I'm uploading episode 1, which is showing my gravity experiment using spotlight blocks and playing with the gravity generators. We are here. Now, first thing I usually do, because these things are so low in fuel when they spawn in, is I turn off all non-essential equipment. I even open the door and turn it off so I can still get out of the ship. I also kill the gravity, interior lights. I leave the refinery active because the first thing I do is I look for fuel. And I leave the gyros and the thrusters. This is pretty much everything but the gyros and thrusters. And then we've got to go in here. A little bit of function lag here. And I know this is because my computer is working hard trying to upload episode 1 of this season. One of the first things I do is I repair a couple of blocks. That one over there that I just did was just because it looks better that way, and this one is so I can get out the freaking door. So now I go to this, and the asteroid field, I don't know if you can see it, I have the void space skybox, so you'll be able to see it better when I get outside the ship. But I tend to head for the star because it usually takes us right. Let's head for the sun because it usually tends to take me right into the asteroid field. You can probably just barely see the shadows of them. You can see a little smaller satellite asteroid asteroid moon that appeared in front of the sun. I'm sorry if the color isn't great for you guys, but I'll dial this back as best I can. I'm going to switch to third person. Especially, why are my inertials off? I didn't turn them off. Ooh, look at this. Nice. Looks like a good potential place to put a base later. This is, they put some new updates, and I think they've added some new default asteroids, because you don't typically get this one in asteroids. In the asteroids starting screen. Well, the first thing we've got to do is locate fuel, because we ain't going to get very far without it. My little fuel meter says I have 15 minutes. Once I stop moving this baby, that'll shoot up a little bit. And I see uranium right there in front of my reticle. Let me pan up so that I can put the reticle in the front of the screen. In the middle of the screen. Sorry, my tripod is giving me issues. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover right over the top of this, and I'm going to use a little extra fuel and use my onboard gravity generator to my advantage. Since I found this fuel so quickly, I feel comfortable doing this. Whoops, wrong button. It's kind of hard looking at this around the camera. And kill the HUD for a minute. See how close I am. Let's roll so the belly of my ship is facing that. Whoops. I think my controls have been inverted. Have to go in and check that. Whoops, too close. Unfortunately, that happens a lot for me, because I'm always I have horrible depth perception, especially in a two-dimensional screen. Okay, first thing we got to do is I'm going to go ahead and dial this up, but I'm also going to dial it back. I'm going to dial the gravity back to 0.5. And then you pan down so that you can see the screen. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the height of the cam a little bit. And we're getting ready to be on one of those cutoff points. So I'm going to cut it off right here and go immediately into recording the next video. And I will see you as soon as this one's uploaded.